Now, I'm in a bit of a situation. Over the years, I've expanded my knowledge into the corners of philosophy that hold a lot of questions that many people are too afraid to ask. The origins of the universe, the insignificance of human beings, and the biggie, the purpose of human life. Now, what I've surmised so far is that humans are super beings, capable of comprehending more of this universe than any other known species on the planet. And even then, we're idiots. You would think, with all of our combined intellect, that we would have somehow surpassed societal constructs. But no, we're very much rooted in them. And that's my situation. I look at the world, and I'm beginning to question the reason we live our lives the way we do. Now, this is known as an existential crisis, when an individual begins to question the purpose of life, and it sucks. My personal existential crisis began last year with the question that a lot of teenagers face. What is the purpose of school? You see, at first I went to school because my parents forced me to, and now I go to school because I've been told it's the only way I'll ever achieve my goals in life. But to be completely honest, I have no clue what my goals are. At first I thought it was to be, simply put, happy. You know, I'll get a job, start a family, and live a content life. But that's kind of lame. Humans didn't evolve over millions of years to just be happy. There's a larger purpose. There must be a larger purpose. And so I turned towards history to answer my questions. In my freshman world history class, we learned about ancient civilizations. For example, the Egyptians. The Egyptians mastered mathematics, astronomy, and established a complex religion. But before they were a society, they were just trying to survive. It started when they started to figure out when the Nile River would flood, and then planning agriculture around those times. And then they wanted to grow more efficient crops, and so they turned towards the stars. The reason why the Egyptians became such an advanced civilization is human nature. You see, humans have this instinct to push past seemingly insurmountable obstacles and adapt to the worst of environments. And that's what I've concluded about humans' original motivation, to survive. But now, we don't need to do much to survive. From a first world perspective, all of our basic necessities are given to us the moment we step into this world. We've essentially surpassed the need for a survival instinct. We've essentially surpassed our original motivation. And now, we turn towards comfort. As a society, we thrive to be as comfortable as possible. Think about it. The establishment of money, of a social hierarchy, of a government, of a job, all these things are just fabricated ideas made to make it seem like we have purpose, but when in actuality, they just dictate daily life. Look towards the average teenager. Does his anxiety about what college he'll get into, what his family life will be like, what kind of home he'll have, does it really matter? In the whole span of the universe, is our purpose really only to live pedestrian lives that don't supply any substance to the rest of time? There's this theory called existential nihilism that I associated myself with for the longest time. It reasons that there is no intrinsic purpose to life, that all actions and beliefs are empty, that it doesn't matter if I get a job, if I start a family, or even if I finish my homework tonight. I'll never be able to achieve a true sense of worth. So, in essence, life is pointless. Now, you see, nihilism seemed to be the only way I could manifest my frustrations with not understanding life. I thought the reason why I couldn't find my purpose was because I didn't have one. But I realized that if I truly believed in nihilism, I wouldn't be happy with the life I live. And I am. I take joy out of everyday life and all the pedestrian aspects of it. And that's where I am now. I'm stuck in between different ideologies, trying to make sense of something that not even the greatest philosophers could understand. And I've been asking myself, what now? How do I filter through all these different philosophies to find my own? More than once, I've tried to abandon the endeavor altogether, but I cannot shake this relentless feeling that I must establish myself towards a goal. And so, I researched into nihilism a little bit more. 20th century nihilism seemed to be a lot less pessimistic, and although it shares the same idea that life is overall purposeless, it gives a solution to the despairing details. It reasons that because life is meaningless, it makes it that much more important that we find our own purpose in lives. It's kind of like what Sartre said. Man is condemned to be free. And so, we can establish our own beliefs and ideologies. But often, old age philosophy doesn't well resonate with new modern people. So I looked into new age philosophy as well. In my favorite animated TV show, The Justice League, there's this episode where a super powerful being comes to Earth. This being is far above humans on a universal scale, as he's amassed so much knowledge. But he's still discontented. So he's come to Earth to ask Lex Luthor what the purpose of his life is. This being, known as the android, has a serious existential crisis. He does not understand why he must grow and learn and evolve. So, here he is on Earth. And after an epic chase scene and wanton property damage, Lex Luthor explains that there is no singular purpose to life, that we all must find our meaning individually. So, to answer the big question, what is the purpose of my life? I have no clue. I wish I could give this profound conclusion to my endeavors, but I'm more or less still out here trying to find worth. But there is a difference between myself now and a couple of years ago. Now, I know how to find my worth. And I will look towards the future. I'll establish myself towards a material goal, a reason to live a temporal life. But I won't be happy because I've established these things. I won't be happy because I'll have a family and I'll have a job. I'll be happy because I'll establish myself towards an ideology to explain the intricacies of the universe. And so for now, I must go to school, get an education to help myself understand the universe on my journey. But it must be said that this can't be applicable to us all. We must all find our purpose individually. It's kind of like what Lex Luthor said at the end of that episode. We create our own purpose in life. Now go create yours.